Good evening, good evening. I thank everybody for tuning in. We are right here at Letha's Real Talk, and we have two awesome people that have agreed to participate in helping facilitate the relaunch of Letha's Real Talk. We have Mr. Justin Wilson and we have Ms. Fredrica Sandifer. We'll give Justin a little moment to introduce himself, and then after that, we'll let Fredrica introduce herself as well.
Justin Wilson, originally from Florida, living in New Jersey now. I'm the author of two books. The book that's I'm out pushing right now is Courageous Vulnerability, Poems and Short Stories, book on, I guess you could say, male trauma or males expressing their trauma. Since the last time we did an interview, I've gotten a lot of different points of views and perspectives on the book, and I've been told that the book has helped quite a few people to be able to see the necessity for therapy a different way and go and get into it themselves. So that's a blessing, and always up for a good conversation.
Awesome. Ms. Fredrica.
Hello, everybody. I am Fredrica Sandifer. I live right here in Jackson, Mississippi. I'm just a mom, a working single mom, just trying to make it. I am currently working on my own book, writing my own poems and short stories and everything. So that's in the works. Hopefully, I can get it published at some point next year. I should be done writing before the end of this year. So looking to get that published before the end of next year, and just working, volunteering my time, my free time, sometimes too much, but just working, just a working single mom.
Well,
trying to keep it together.
Well, I appreciate you both. And since Mr. Justin is on here, we both are going to encourage you that it's not going to have to wait till the end of next year. You're just going to dedicate a few more minutes a day to going to make that thing happen, because the thing about a book, even once you finish that book, you feel like you're still going to have something else to say. Ain't that right, Mr. Justin?
Most definitely.
So,
finishing the book is the beginning of the path. That is not the end of it.
That is not.
Yeah.
So thank you all so much once again. Unfortunately, we're not streaming right now, but it's okay because we'll be able to stream. I'll be able to do it when we hang up. Something going on with my device in YouTube. I am Letha. I am co-host. I don't believe in these managerial things or overseeing things. I have two people that have agreed to help assist me, and I'm so grateful for them both. I will say something about Mr. Justin and Ms. Fredrica. These are people that I can truly say that have truly been an inspiration. You don't have to talk to people every day. You don't have to talk to people every couple of months, but I would encourage anybody that we need people around us. We need to be in contact with people that can give you some type of motivation, and you need people that can truly help mentor you, that can just be a level of support system. And I would suggest even with people that can kind of understand where you're trying to go or where you have been. Today's topic, we're just talking about building boundaries and basically balancing life, work, your personal time, the whole thing while pursuing your dreams. I'm not going to take over. I'm going to give my little tidbit, as I was talking to Justin about. I put myself on pause for a couple of years. I have no reason. I kind of listen to a couple of people that I do know truly do love me and have my best interests at heart. But however, I have to also understand that when it's something that you truly want to do and something you truly want to desire to do, I'm a firm believer if you're not causing any hurt, harm, or danger to anyone else or to yourself, you need to just pursue your dreams. My father has reminded me repeatedly over the years, one of his sayings is either you manage your time or your time is going to manage you. something occurred a few years ago, and I don't know if Fredrica know the whole tidbit, but she do know that the shop that I used to work in got closed down exactly 2 years ago, June this year. September that year, I don't know if she know, but the lady that I worked with, um, 10 years, 10 years at that time, a little over 10 years, she instantly died. And amazingly, we just made up because I was upset about how they closed their shop. And from that point, literally, I learned in that moment, for me, you know, I mean, I can't take none of this stuff with me. I thank God for my home. I thank God that I'm here with you all. I thank God for being able to eat, and I thank God for everything. But I know that stress can come in and instantly what it can do. And I'm not speaking in regards to somebody that did not take care of themselves, that was not healthy. I'm coming from an aspect, um, sometimes you can love what you do and indulge so much in it to where you don't have that proper mental balance. And sometimes the things or the people you love, if you're not careful, those will be the things and people to check you up out of here. And so I wanted to start with balance, because so many people, it's like people act like they're not acting. I'm sorry, I'm saying it wrong. So many people complain about not having enough time. Like, people don't have enough time. Like, people don't have enough time. How do you not have enough time? How could I not have enough time when it's my belief, and I'm not trying to go overly spiritual or over churchy here, but it's my belief that what God gives is enough. We got over 84,000 seconds in a day. We got 24 hours in a day. What are you all's input on balancing when it comes to your work life, your personal life, and pursuing your dreams? What are you all's insight on that?
Fredrica, you
Frederica?
want to go first?
Frederica?
Sure. Um, well, I can't speak for everyone, but I can speak for myself personally. Um, just like I said before, being a single mom, whew, and trying to balance everything, work, hurt, extracurricular activities, my personal life, social life, family, trying to take care of your health and, working on my book. Like it's a challenge. It is a challenge. But what I have learned to do for myself is like take those moments, like whatever moments that I can, to work on my dream. Basically, I keep a little journal with me everywhere I go. One of my little journals right here, it has Pooh Bear on it. So I
Okay.
take it everywhere I go. I keep it in my purse. So whenever I have like a thought or a title for a poem or a short story, I may not have it like all together just then, but I'll just write it down so that I don't forget it. So that when I get ready to come back to it, it'll already be there, and I can just be like, what was I thinking in that moment to make me think of that title, or this line right here, how can I turn it into a poem, or how can I turn it into a short story? So we have the time. It's just all about how you manage it, if that makes sense. It's all about how you manage it. So that's just my personal take.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you. I'm not the best at. I haven't been the best at it because I was raised in an environment where you just work and you 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 work. And I'm learning as I grow in my understanding of the need for self-care. I uh I gotta take some time away from always pouring, because working is pouring. Um, you're giving of yourself, even if it's at a call, even if you're being paid for it, you're still giving of yourself. And every once in a while, you have to step back and allow yourself to be poured into, whether that's taking a nap, whether it's just sitting around and doing nothing. Um, And so yeah, I'm actually in the process of learning how to do that, how to just shut off everything and be with me. And so yeah, I think it's super important. And then another thing is like I happen to work in an environment where I can see how my work is allowing a much easier life for other people. And I think to myself, when I don't feel like doing that thing that's going to create that avenue for me, I think of how much I'm pouring into somebody else's decision to say they want to go on a trip and then go on it. Say they want to buy something and then buy it. You know, not have to stress or think about it too much. They don't have to, you know, I assume they, you know, don't have to think about the price of groceries as much as I do, or the car insurance or the rent. And you know, my books, uh, along with helping people and encouraging people to take a route that is better for themselves, have the potential to be able to create a space where I can start putting myself in a position where if I decide I want to take a trip, I can do the same thing. So um, I make it my business to work with a company, but work for me. So yeah, I have to sell a part of my self-care routine is taking that thought process into the job where I'm working for me with them. I'm using them to get somewhere for myself. And when they've gotten their use out of me, they'll let me go. When I get my use out of them, I'm gonna let them go. And it's no bad blood, you know, but we gotta do what we gotta do in order to live the life that we want to live. And if you are the type of person that God has given a vision um to be able to do for self, then you know, work towards that. Um, but yeah, that for me, that's what it is for me.
So we talk about balancing. Um, I have moments I just need to be by myself. Um, I get very annoyed if I'm in my little zone, whether I'm watching TV or looking on my phone or if I'm doing some type of meditation. I make sure, you know, my devices can't go off. But I get irritated if it's a knock on the door, if it's a delivery, if somebody trying to ask me something. I get very irritated, and it's my belief sometimes we get agitated because we know I may not have been all over the place that week, you know, but I think sometimes agitation comes when you know you haven't taken time for yourself, but you got time for everything else. Like, it bothers me that money for a lot of people is controlling the time so much to the point to where there is nothing wrong with the money, but it's not worth your health. It's not worth your sanity. There, you know, I mentioned how I had a fit to have a car the other year, that BMW, after me and my son had a car wreck. Now, Fredrica, no, I ain't had no business with no low profile tires in Jackson, Mississippi. But I went and I got that car. Well, guess what? I got rid of that car. I couldn't, I mean, after I hit one pothole, I had been having problems, you know, ever since. And, you know, I had a fit to have what I had. And I'm like, it's not worth, I'm tearing my body up behind the chair, my health, I'm dealing with pain. I got overweight. I'm dealing with all of these things. And I just got to a place like, this stuff really doesn't matter. Like, that it doesn't matter to me. I'm not trying to get nobody else, you know, my clan or nobody in my family or no friend or nothing. I don't try to get people on board with me, but I'm to a point to where I'm okay. I'm okay with having less. I had to readjust my lifestyle. I did. When I started working less days behind the chair, I did. I had to there was some shifting. And it's kind of like I was telling my friend girl earlier, I said, it feels so good just be able to sit on my couch and just enjoy my front room. It feels good to be able to look at my curtains, you know. And for me, that's balance. So what I want to know what balance is to you all. Like, what is a day of balance or a day of peace or a day of ease? Is it for you all? I wanna know that, Miss Fredrica.
Um, for me, it's all about self-care. Like like you said, a couple years ago when they shut that shop down, that hurt my heart. That hurt my heart because it was in such a good location. Like it was right there by Target. It was right there by the nail shop. So I would always go get my hair cut, then go to the nail shop, get my nails done, get my manicure, pedicure, then go to Target and just, do a little shopping. So it was in a really good location. But it's okay. I had to go a little further to get my hair cut, but it's all right. It's all right. But just being able to just take a moment, or even if it's just a couple of hours or half a day or something like that, to just do something for myself, whether it's just getting a haircut. Sometimes I just go to the park and just sit still for a moment, like turn off my device and just be, just be, because sometimes you need to just unplug from your device, from the world, from your family, your kids, just everything, and just be, you know. I struggle, with my mental health sometimes, just trying to find a balance. It sometimes drives me insane and my anxiety goes crazy. And I'm like, just breathe, Frederica. Just breathe. Just breathe. It's gonna be okay. So just taking those moments to just say, just breathe, count to 10, do those self-care days, whatever that, can mean to each individual person. For me, gotta get my nails done, gotta keep my hair cut, just, do a little, not going crazy, but sometimes, if I find a good sale, I'm gonna go shopping on that clearance rack or whatever. Just just get a little retail therapy in, not doing too much, but just taking that time out for myself. And because I spend so much of my day taking care of everybody else, to where I need that day to just take care of Frederica. Just let me take care of me so that I can take, because it says, there's that saying, my cup runneth over. So I can't pour from an empty cup. So I have to learn how to pour back into myself. And that's really what balancing is, just learning how to take care of yourself so that you're able to take care of others. Because whatever's in that cup, that's for me. Whatever is spilling over, that's what I have to give to the world. And if I don't have anything in that cup, then I can't give nothing to the world. I can't give it to myself because there's nothing in there. So just being able to just have a day for myself, even if it's just a couple of hours, to just take care of me and focus on me. That's what I do.
Justin.
So something I started this year, there is a mountain or reserve not far from my house. And I go up, and I'm usually by myself. I've taken my daughters up there before. But I go up there and I ground. I just go and I take my shoes off and plant my feet on the rocks and the dirt. And I just sit and listen to the sound um of nature. Like, it's so far away from the city, so you don't hear the buses, you don't hear the cars. Occasionally you see a plane or hear a plane go over, but outside of that, all you can hear is the wind flowing through the trees. You can hear the leave rustling because chipmunks and squirrels and different animals are running around. And like, I find I go in the deep area where it's like nobody else really walking around in that area, and I just kind of sit and I pray. If I've been holding on to something that I need to let go, if I need to cry, I cry. um I'm a tree hugger, so I'll hug a tree. I will do I released that energy back into Mother Earth. I didn't think that was a real thing for a very long time. And then one day I just woke up in prayer, and I feel that the Lord told me to go up there. And when I tell you, I went in that mountain and I sat there and I just, took my shoes off and released that energy. Uh, that was the most amazing euphoric feeling that I had experienced in a very, very long time. And it was natural. It wasn't influenced by any chemicals. Um, it was just there. Um, and I waited 2 weeks and I went back and I tried it again. And then I went back with my two of my daughters, and they 9 and 12 years old, and they talked about a similar experience with it. So for me, um, every 2 weeks or at least once a month, I go out to the mountains and there's no signal for my phone. Nobody can reach me. I'm just there. I'm disconnected. And I usually text a couple of people and let them know, hey, I'm headed to the mountain. So if you try to call, it's not gonna go through. You don't even have to put your phone on airplane mode. There's nobody gonna be able to get to you. And after that, I usually go to there's a salad bar that has really, really good salads. Um, and I'll have that salad by myself, and then I come back and I reconnect with uh the reality of my life. But with a feeling of freshness. So for me, that's what I do. And then of course I write. My notepad is I use my phone's notepad, and so it's probably about 6 books in that notepad right now. But yeah, the grounding exercises. If my anxiety is really, really high, which like this Sunday it was, initially the grounding wasn't really doing it, but I had been learning about somatic therapy, and I started doing the breathing exercises. And as I breathed with my feet on the ground and just kind of took in that moment, not the past, not what's going to happen after, but just kind of centered in that particular moment, I felt my anxiety going down. Like everything felt amazing.
Wow, wow. There are some people, and we're gonna let you answer for the men, Justin. Fredrica, there are some ladies, some moms, some women that may not have birth children, but they feel they can't balance. It's like it may not even be because they're working a lot. It just may literally be because their mind cannot mentally pull away. My advice to them, well, my advice to people, find something you like to do. Like your plate can only hold so much. If this is all, if this is as big as my plate is, once my plate is full, everything else is just like Fredrica said, it spills over, it pours out. But I'm a firm believer that you gotta have something every day for yourself, like every day. Every day that don't involve no family, no spouse, no significant other, no children, no job, no social organization, no religious organization, no political organization. I'm a firm believer. You got to put some time every single day. Because if you don't do that, then you wake up the next day, it's math, you're in the hole. You're in the hole. So, like you said, Justin, you're pouring. But if I'm pouring and I'm not receiving, then I start off my day in the hole. I haven't made any deposits. I haven't deposited anything. All I've done is just dispersed all of this out here. And I try to tell people, wake up with gratitude, but still make some space for yourself, and don't always be overly available to people. but that's just, me. But Fredrica, what would you say if you could talk to some ladies or some moms? What would you say?
Hold on. Well, for the moms first, particularly the single moms, I would definitely say you have, like you said before, you have to carve out some time each day for you. Even if that means, you need to sit in your car for about 20, 30 minutes and just chill out. Listen to some 90s R&B or something like that while sipping a glass of wine. Leave them cheering in the house. They'll be all right. As long as they don't burn down the house, they should be okay. You know what I'm saying? As long as they don't burn down the house. But just take 20, 30 minutes, just sit in your car. Sometimes I have to do that, like when I'm coming home from work and I know whew, work was working today. And whew, Jesus, let me decompress before I go into my home, because my home is supposed to be a place of peace. And whatever energy or vibes that I've gotten from work, I don't need to take that in my home. So let me decompress and get all of that off of me before I walk into my place of peace. Because I don't want that place disturbed. So sometimes you need to take those moments, whether you're a mom, a dad, a single, married, or whatever. Sometimes you do need to decompress from your day. You need to just decompress, because you just never know what type of vibes or whatever is done got close to you or done got in your aura. So sometimes you have to just decompress and get that off of you, so that when you enter your domain of peace, you're okay. And then you're not disturbing your kids, you're not disturbing your spouse, and also you're not disturbing yourself, because that's supposed to be your place of peace. So sometimes you do need to take those moments to just chill. Like I said, sit in your car for a little while after work. Or better yet, while those kids are in practice, whether it's football practice, cheer practice. I have a child that's in band. While they sitting, chill. Go somewhere. Go to somebody's happy hour and get your little drink or something and chill out. You never know, especially if you're a single mom. You never know. You might meet a nice man. Might meet a nice woman. If you just never know. Get to know people. That's just my opinion, my thoughts. That's just,
Yes.
That's just me.
Love it. I want to, before Justin come in, I do want to thank you, because you said something that I'm so bad about. You just convicted me. I do not decompress. I come in the house if I done got ticked off. And you already know how I am. I'm talking about, man, 1,000
You gotta
miles
stop
per
doing
hour.
that, Letha. You gotta stop doing
But
that.
no, I'm listening. I haven't, it's never been like brought to my attention. Like, sometimes you need to pause before you even take that energy in your home. So I assure you that's something I am going to start. Look, the drive from Flowood to my house is long enough by the time I commute. So I got plenty of time in my commute to decompress if I don't get road rage in between. But thank you, because I never looked at it like that. I never looked at like I could bring, like, I know it. We see it in other people, but we don't tend to see it in ourselves. So I thank you for just sharing that, because it's gonna help somebody else too, because I've never ever taken a moment. I've got upset and walked out the house, then you want to calm down, but now I'm already upset. But I've never, like, if I'm having a rough day, want to get my woosah in before I go in my house. I don't do that. So I appreciate you for that. I appreciate you. Justin, it's some men out here, especially young men, and I'm gonna mention my son. I got a son, and he was having a moment one day. I ain't getting into too much detail, but he basically let me know, sometimes people, and this is my 21-year-old, they don't realize how much ripping and running that he do for other people. He work at night, he in school, he take one son to work when he can. He was helping my daughter and them out. At one point, he was going to check on my aunt. It's like because he was so dependable, he was the one people could easily call on. And then, like about a month or so ago, he had to kind of let me know, I don't think people realize I really do a lot. And I've never looked at it like that. I looked at it like, you young, you can do this. I never looked at it like, but you do this for all these different people. And that's just a portion of what he does. So, as well as older men too, Justin. So if you could talk to the men you are, what would you tell your young and those who are our age? What would you say to them?
I would tell them to, if they've ever been on an airplane before, every time you get on an airplane, there's a speech that they give, and they tell you if the pressure on the plane gets to be too much, the masks are going to fall out, and they tell you to put your mask on first. It is, and I'm saying this, but this is also something that I need to work on and learn myself also. It is perfectly fine for you to take a minute to yourself. It is not only fine, it is not only not selfish, it is absolutely necessary. Um, if you are the type of person that you are a giver, so givers are dependable people. And I would never encourage a giver to try not to be a giver, because that's a part of who they are. But a part of your giving has to be to self. Like Fredrica said, you have to give yourself that time. You need to sit in silence. You need to listen to your favorite song. You need to go sit at the bar for 30 minutes. You need to sit at the house for 30 minutes before you actually walk in. And that is a part of my routine. Yeah, if I'm walking in the house, I've been there about 30, 40 minutes. Yeah,
Mm.
I got my I'm sorry, I keep getting a phone call. I got my shoes and everything. I got my slippers that I keep in the car so I can take my boots off. I got my um, I'm sorry, I don't know if y'all can.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, I got my work boots. They stay in the car, and my slippers get put on. I turn the music up, let the AC run, lay my head back, and I just decompress before I walk in the house. And that's a good thing. So you don't take your day into your house. So taking 30 minutes to decompress from an 8 to 12 hour day, absolutely nothing wrong with it. Do it. Um, and if you're like me and you're a giver, it's okay to think about it that I'm going to take this 30 minutes to myself for the people I love. Because you're a giver. So you're giving yourself some time for the people you love so that you can walk in the house and be present, um and prepare the house to be able to wind down, and everybody can calm down and get the day off of them. And then if you are one of those over givers, like you have to be okay with not waiting till you get to the point where you're about to explode, but you want to be okay with saying no. Like no it's okay to say no. It's okay to say I just can't. I ain't got it this time. And you don't have the time to be on the run for everybody every time people need you. In a world full of people that are not dependable, if you show yourself to be dependable, the boss gonna call you all the time, the family gonna call you all the time. Like people gonna call you because they know they can depend on you. You know what I'm saying? And some people get mad at you after they hear you say no. And that's fine. That's fine. They can be mad. They'll still call you, and you'll help when you can. But you got to preserve self. It is not. There's absolutely nothing wrong with preserving. I'm literally declining phone calls from people who want something right now. Uh, but it is perfectly fine to take time to self, As a man, it is necessary for you to do it for your family. You want to make sure you are in a good space, because if we are being honest, we have spent so many years coming in the house angry about what everybody else did, and giving that energy to our families. And there's generations of trauma that is just post-work attitude, or post-work lashing out. And it could have been resolved if the conversation was had and say, hey, babe, I need a few minutes. That simple. Take your few minutes and then come back with that reset, and let's get this, because stuff still got to get done. Life still got to happen. So you can't take the whole night off. And if she's working, then she deserved that break too. Like, we don't live in a household where she's been sitting home all day. We all working, we all trying to figure this out. So we got to figure it out together. But if you need, if you running on 20% in 30 minutes to get you up to about 25, 30, then take them 30 minutes and get up there so we can do what we got to do.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. You know, wow, I do thank you all, you know, because that's what people need. They just, there is a cry, not a desire. It's a out loud cry for people balancing with work. Young lady shared with me last night, I never even thought of it like that. You know how her emails keep going off, and it's just too much. And I'm just listening, and I'm like, I am so sorry. And because we don't subcon un, not in unintentionally, we don't consider how things impact other people. And I think in the balance, everything that you all said does need to be taken into consideration. I thank you all for being on here tonight. Only thing I'm gonna do is when people see it, to hit the share button. Fredrica, you're welcome to remind people who you are. If you know, want them to follow something or anything, you can let them know. Then after that, Justin will close us out if he's okay with that. After he lets everybody know as well about his platform and everything else too.
Okay. Again, I am Fredrica Sandifer. Happy to be co-hosting Letha's Real Talk. You can follow, if you guys would just follow my Facebook page. Honestly, me by Drika. That's where I kind of just, I haven't posted in a while, but that's where I kind of just share, my thoughts and, different things that that I go through on there. So I'll be
You
posting a
gotta
lot
send it
more
to
there.
our, you gotta send it to our group too. So we'll
I
know.
will. I will. I
We
will. Thank you
start
for
over here.
reminding me, because I
Yeah,
actually supposed to did that a while ago.
yeah,
Thank you
it's
for the
okay.
reminder.
Yeah, it's okay. Sorry to jump in, but like,
Oh, you're fine.
let us
Thank you for
know.
reminding me. See, that's
It's
that work-life balance. I forget things sometimes.
it's okay. It's okay. We're not haters. It's
Yes,
okay.
ma'am. So that's honestly me by Drika on Facebook. And also, if you guys would please go out and support the Murrah High School Band Booster Club on Facebook as well, the Sound of Perfection Band Booster Club on Facebook as well. Just to support those kids. They have a lot of fundraisers and different things coming up. We're trying to, raise money for them. So just go out and support their page, and whatever fundraisers they have, please support. Please support.
Y'all support. I'm gonna get my sausage. I
Yes,
saw
ma'am.
Justin the health fanatic, so I don't even know if he eat pork, but whatever. I'm getting me some
I'm
sausage.
I'm still from the South.
I
I
said a
live
health.
up
Hold
north.
on, but I said a health fanatic though. These
Well,
health these health fanatics been cutting back.
I ain't one of them.
Okay,
Yeah, no, that's we don't call it pork, we call it protein.
protein. Okay,
So
protein.
all in how you think about
Yes, yes,
it.
yes, yes.
Again, I'm Justin Wilson, author of the book. Well, can't see it, but it's Courageous Vulnerability. If you want to follow me, you can follow me on Facebook under author Justin Wilson. On Facebook, I spend a lot of time over on TikTok now. AJW the Poet is my name. I go live on Sundays at 6 o'clock. And I pretty much just have general discussions. I have quite a few therapists that come to my page, and they kind of give away a lot of free advice, and can coach you into, if you're looking for someone to have talk therapy with, that's available. If you're looking for somatic therapy practices, that's there. And like I said, we are, it's the same thing as over here. We're just looking to be of service to people. Yeah, that's what we do. That's what I'm doing. I'm grateful to be able to work with my sister Letha, because it started out literally just an interview that I felt like was like one of the dopest interviews that I had, and we've been in contact off and on. And like she said, she's a person that supports. It's an amazing platform, and I'm looking forward to being as much help as I can to the growth of the platform. And when I visit Mississippi, like I said, I think I'm flying into Jackson, and I'm not gonna say nothing about the airport, but I'm gonna let you know, see what we can do.
Yeah, let me. And I do thank you both for being here. And you all said some very, 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 y'all brought a lot of awareness. A lot of awareness, and I thank you all. And same thing for you, Justin. You got Justin is more on TikTok. I'm on Facebook. Justin gave me some insight about TikTok. I tried it one time. I wasn't consistent. I'll work a little bit better about it. But please drop it in our group message, because y'all know I will put it out there. And listen, for everybody else, please go support both of these awesome people. At least follow their page, follow them at some point, hit the share button. It only takes a few seconds to truly be supportive. Listen, we thank you all. We appreciate everything that you all have done. And I hope y'all have a great evening, okay? All right, bye-bye.
You. Bye, y'all. Y'all have a good one.
You too, beautiful. Bye-bye.
Yep, yeah, have a good one.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.